Is Lost Ark doomed before it even comes out? And is it really all it's hyped up to be? Who named this character? What were you thinking? Today, I'm going to talk about all this stuff and so much more. My name's Claysthetics, and we're running right into it. So don't forget to like the video. It's the only way YouTube knows I exist. To light this off, I wanted to show you that I have thousands of hours on this game. I no-lifed every launch of Lost Ark, and I'm going to do it again for NA because I love this game. But it's no secret to anyone that Amazon Studios is just a massive failure across the board. And you can just look at New World to see how incompetent the team is. I mean, their game director's claim to fame is a wrestling game. So really, it never had any hope in the first place. And honestly, just explains the state of New World in general. But that's also one of the reasons why we're lucky. Smilegate is a privately owned company, and they're just using Amazon to launch Lost Ark. Not actually develop it, because there's no way they could even handle that. But with whatever split their team is going to have to do, I don't even know if they'll be able to run both games, let alone the servers being able to handle it, because I've played all three launches on 100 ping and 300 ping. And I do have to say that no matter what, there's going to be decent. Even at their special Royal Rotors tournament on 0 ping, they had issues. This might have been years ago, and it was just a base problem with Lost Ark in general. So comboing that with the fact that Amazon servers are just complete dog shit, it's really going to put a dent into the PvP scene. Now, PvE, I think, is going to be fine. It'll probably run great, honestly. But really, after a couple weeks, you're only going to be PvPing anyways. So when I look directly at New World and see that PvP barely runs on their servers and just lags out whenever there's more than like 50 people in an area, it really isn't looking too good. But who knows? Maybe a 3v3 is what Amazon Web Services was built for. But I just remember New World launch and how many people were queued into the servers. And I honestly just can't wait to see how many people are going to be queuing in Lost Ark. We can only hope there's going to be a 30 or 40 hour wait time, just like New World. Smilegate had this mostly figured out, but you know, we'll see about Amazon. But the thing that grinds my gears the most is that Amazon has this weird obsession with splitting this player base instead of just having a central server to unite everybody in one place where noting is good and you don't actually have to use a VPN to play the game. When I look at NA East for New World and I see this, without exit lag, I literally can't even play this game on less than 110 ping, and I live on the East Coast. That makes no sense. So if they actually really cared about the gaming community or their customers that are going to be gaming, they would do an overhaul and make a central hub. Amazon owns 33% of the internet, and they can't even handle such a simple task. It actually just makes me think that the people there have either no idea what's going on in gaming in general, or they just genuinely don't care. And on top of that, the server quality of the actual gaming servers on Amazon Web Services is also complete dog shit. When you play Russia versus Korea and you have about the same ping for Lost Ark, you really feel the responsiveness on KR, but on Russia, it's just actually a complete mess. Comparison directly with two equal pings, Korea feels infinitely better just because of how good the server is. So we add both of these up with Amazon, we end up with a dog shit server that just so happens to also be laggy because it's in a terrible location on the East and the West Coast. And on New World, the West Coast server is even worse than the East Coast server, which I don't even know how that's possible. So if anyone has any information from AGS on anything they have planned for their gaming servers, or if they just want to do nothing because it seems like they're just trying to keep them online most of the time, and I've literally gone through the 5 stages of grief with them already, and I literally just gave up all hope on them. And anyone who doesn't think they're incompetent, all you have to do is look at the character names to understand that edgy 5-year-olds probably aren't playing Lost Ark, and that whoever named this artillerist, who wants to play that? Nobody's on paper going to be like, damn, that's a cool name, bro. Who? I don't understand. It's been the same name in every region for every character, but now we got Soul Fist, Deadeye. Like, bro, no, come on, bro. Like, let's. But Berserker is Berserker. Like, I don't understand. The only one that kind of makes sense is Holy Knight to Paladin. I get that. That probably makes sense. But Artillerist, bro. And well, it might sound stupid to complain about names. Honestly, after playing New World, you really kind of just get sick of how incompetent their team is, that they can't even Google Translate. But now we come down to one of the biggest problems of all, and it's that this is the most scalable and fun and immersive game that you could possibly play. I've never played anything more fun since Lost Ark. Like, I still play the damn game. And when you see the leader of Smilegate talking about this game, you can tell he truly loves making it and playing it. Like, The first iteration of this game was a flat out failure, and they remade every system in the game just to make it fun. And it's literally the most popular it has ever been right now with all the changes they have made. Rating's fun, PvP's fun. Like, you only need to get to level 26 to play a new character in PvP. That is amazing. And even with the daily limitations the game imposes on you, you could just PvP all day long. And honestly, it'll still feel fresh every time, even though the maps are limited and it's really only 3v3 at the end of the day. But hey, at least it's something to do. But the real crazy part about everything is when the raids came out on KR, they were insanely hard. I mean, just soul crushing. What I have running in the background is just a Mystic raid that launched on JP, and beating it was just soul crushing fun that you just remember from like Final Fantasy and WoW, where bosses were so hard for no reason that it just made it that much better. And killing the last boss on each board made you feel like you were beating the hardest boss in any one of those raids. And on God, when you get to beat Abershute for the first time, the coldest waifu in Lost Ark, by the way, it's going to make you feel like you beat the Lich King on Heroic for the first time. It's that damn good. And it's that hard. So when you do it with your friends, it feels that much more rewarding. And the best part is it's only an 8-man raid team. So if any of you have ever raided in Final Fantasy, you understand how much better and more amazing it feels to raid with 8 people than it does to have a massive group of idiots that can't pay attention for 5 minutes. But don't get it twisted. Just because you have 8 friends probably doesn't mean you're going to want to play with all of them all the time. You're probably going to have to upgrade a few of them because I can promise you most of them won't be able to handle it. So when you look at the future of the game, and you see what Korea has now and what they showcased at their preview for the year, you can already tell the game is going to be absolutely insane in 2022. And nothing can contest that. The real problem is only going to lie in how slow tier 1 content is always in Lost Ark and how limiting it feels. It has died in every region off of the tier 1 content, but always hit a crazy revitalization after tier 2 and onward. So I'm really hoping with what they gave us, the fact that we start with Rohandel is actually going to let us experience the game in such a fresh light, because a lot of the new players don't really understand the limitations of the game until they've played until about the 4-week mark. But the veteran players know exactly what Lost Ark's all about. Because after your first couple of days, you're just going to be leveling alts up, and that's actually the best way to play Lost Ark if you want to play free to play, that is, at least. And talking about the game dying after every launch of tier 1 content, you also have to understand that every single player that quit also returns for every single time there's an update, every time something new comes out, because they just know how good that shit gets. So Smilegate really figured out this launch, and we actually have something special in store for us. And I cannot wait to see the roadmap they have for NA. If you really want to experience Lost Art in that fresh light, to have the most crisp experience, just make sure you VPN to the server, or you're probably going to hate how laggy it is. AWS is honestly just dog shit. Don't rely on them. They're not going to pull through for you. They haven't with New World since it launched. They're not going to do it for Lost Ark. It just do it. It doesn't matter what VPN you use. I use Exit Lag. A lot of people use NordVPN. It just makes the game a better experience. So hopefully, even though AGS has no idea what they're doing and it probably can't run 2 games at the same time without completely imploding, at least Smilegate runs Lost Ark. So worst case scenario, we all just go play another region if they blow it up in NA. So tell me what you think. Do you think Lost Ark is really doomed to fail? Because with Smilegate's pure determination to make this game successful, I think it might be able to overcome. But we never know with how terrible AGS actually is at running things. They might actually be able to mess it up somehow, so, that'll be great. Anyways, make sure you stay beautiful, blessed, and safe out there. I'll see you in the next. Oh, and subscribe.